Okay, we're gonna go over the Mage of Light class. It is the support mage class. It has a lot of healing and barriers, and you can also take off debuffs. It is a class I don't have yet, and I'm gonna unlock it, but I'm gonna do some practicing before we start looking into it. I've played a little bit of it before, but it has changed quite a bit since I've last played it, so that it's just more viable playing solo or even just as a team. It just makes it more of a desirable class to play. Not everybody plays it. You see more paladins and berserkers running around, and then Mage of Light for a class tier 2 class. So you need to have at least 75 class tier 2 tickets. As soon as I got my demon class for this character, you can see there the third quest has changed to a class 15 class tier 2 tickets. So the game knows that you have the demon class, and now that since I have it, now I can just farm for these and then just get everything on this one character. So very cool, very cool. So we're gonna unlock it, and then I'm gonna play around with it a little bit and see how it goes. It does use a staff, so we don't have any good staffs, so we're gonna have this dinky little level 60 staff here. See how that goes. So I'm gonna do some practicing, and then we'll come back and showcase the abilities and everything. Okay, I guess I'm playing around with Mage of Light. I don't know if I'm correct about Infused Light, but I think it's different based off the description, but we'll get there soon. So our auto attacks we have is Light Seeker. The auto attacks on Mage of Light are pretty strong, but they're limited to a cooldown system where you see how we have 5 orbs of light around us. Every time we use the auto attack, it will use up one and have to wait until we get another one to spawn. So, and also the attacks are AoE, so they're pretty strong damage wise. So you can see that we had a spider, it does 2 ticks of damage, and the 2 ticks of damage it's kind of weird. I'm not sure if it's intended, but it does. It's supposed to hit one time only, but for some reason the one that you directly hit, the AoE also hits the one already again. So it hits the target twice, but if the AoE hits a one beside it, it does 1 tick of damage. But the one you hit directly will take double damage basically. The AoE damage and the direct damage from the orb. But of course, like I said, it is pretty strong AoE or strong auto attacks, but you have to wait. Like now we have 0, and you have to wait now for the next orb to spawn basically. So it's a bit risky, but it's not a DPS class. It's a support class, and you'll see why. Next up, we have our first ability, Healing Circle. This allows us to heal our allies and ourselves for about, I don't know how long it is, but it's pretty long. It's about maybe, I'd say 7-8 seconds. For some reason, the cooldown, not the cooldown, but the buff that shows your healing, it literally just doesn't have the full timer. It just straight up goes 3 and then refreshes at 3. So it's about 5-8, about 6-7 seconds. But it heals pretty good. It's good for obviously supporting people. Of course, as you want to play this class, you want to be obviously not soloing stuff. You really want to just stick with your team, heal them if you can. Don't have to be in the battle. Since you're mage range class, you want to be inside getting hit by the bosses. So just make sure that you get next to your teammates and just heal them like this. It does heal quite a bit actually if you are pretty low. I don't know what it depends on how much damage you have or max health. That's how much it heals. I'm not entirely sure. I never actually know what is the what's pretty much telling you how much to heal. Is it your attack damage? Is it your max health? I don't know. I never figured it out, and it's too much work to do that. All right, let's go for our next ability. We have Infused Light. Now, the description says that it emits a pulsing fountain that negates debuffs, and this is the old one. I think that has never changed it. I don't know why. I know they changed it a while ago to make this class a little more viable in damage. So what this does, instead of pulling a pulsing fountain that removes burns and stuns, instead when you press R, you'll take damage and it will add a blood orb basically, and the blood orb does more damage, as you could tell. You could probably die from this, I'm not entirely sure, but we've reached max orbs. So you can have 10 shots in total. Of course, you can heal yourself when you're doing it as well, so it is kind of risky, but you don't really need to do it, to be honest. I'd be real with you. So here we'll just shoot the spider. This is a regular orb, so right now we do about 1,000 damage per hit. So we're gonna run out on our orbs here. Now when we use our blood orb here, it does 1,700 or 400. 1,700. So it's quite the increase there. But of course, for some reason you cannot, even though we had 5 light orbs, the blood orbs here, or the infused ones, don't let you recharge the ones. So they use up all your other orbs first, and then you can get the other ones after, pretty much. But you can see how they do a little bit less damage. We do that. So there you go. That's Infused Light. I'm not sure if it does remove debuffs. I don't know. And I'm by myself right now, so I can't really check. But the description is probably wrong, so I don't know. Next up, we have Barrier. This one's a pretty cool, very good ability. It's a long cooldown, but when you do it, you get a barrier. And I'm not sure how much health the barrier has, but it could be different for everybody. But you can see how we'll take damage here, and it gives you a lot, and it does last for a very long time. It's like at least 30 seconds. You can have a minute. You can have it. It's a long period of time. But you can see we're taking tons of damage here from just taking these spider hits right here. So it's a pretty good spell, and it took that long that we already have a barrier spell already. So you just keep spamming, and everybody around you gets a barrier as well. So it's really good. Plus, when you want to infuse your light, if you want to use the infused light ability, this will also take barrier, but it takes a lot of health or barrier. So it's about 2.5 to more than 2 uses of the infused light, and you can get you'll use up your barrier, but of course you can just heal yourself if you wanted to, blah blah blah, all that fun stuff. Lastly, we have Grace. It says fly around and superhero allies while providing a barrier. I'm gonna do this at spawn. This is like a fully support item. You can't really fly around. It looks like you're flying, but you're not really flying, to be honest. So here we have everybody. They're not going to be low health, but I should apply the barrier. Oh wait, I died. I forgot. That's a thing. Well, we'll do a barrier one here. So you can see here, when we barrier, everybody gets a barrier next to us. So that's cool, I guess. I think it's a really good support class for sure. But there you go. I'm gonna wait for a world boss to spawn, and then I'm gonna use my super alt. So see that to show you guys how it works in battle, I guess. Okay, there's a world boss about to spawn, so we're gonna use an ultimate while in this. Hopefully I can get enough footage here. I don't know if people want to take damage from this guy. He's not that tanky. We do have a Mage of Light though as well here, so with all infused, you can have 10 infused if you wanted to, if you're that insane, I guess you could say. Pretty much how it goes. Guys, so use it early on to see the barrier. You can see how it does that. You kind of fly around. I don't know. It doesn't last that long, sadly, but you want to get your heals out. Our DPS, it's not that bad. Just gonna get some infused here. I don't know. Not much you can really do, but just put barriers on people, heal them. Pretty much. You're not really supposed to do deep. You're not going to be doing damage, that's for sure. We're just there to heal for the most part. Person died or not? Can't tell. I get some infused orbs here. There's our DPS, 4,000, 5,000 DPS. I don't know. It's interesting. Just gonna spam my orbs. close to dying, but we'll heal ourselves pretty much. And then we'll use our orbs all together here. Deal damage. There we go. We are pretty low. But play it risky, you know. There we go. And it's dead, just like that. And there you go. That's kind of Mage of Light there. I don't know. I don't play it too well, but it's alright, I guess. Got a staff that I'll never use because it's too low level. I mean, it will be stronger than this staff, so I can't even level this one up, but yeah, interesting. Yeah, whatever. Just delete. Doesn't even sell that one. So there you go. That is Mage of Light. And yeah, it's not bad, but it's a nice support class. That's for sure.